20 days in now. What's your total sales like?
I got 46 sales, and then my total $2,736.
$2,700 in just 20 days.
Yesterday, I got 8 sales for $621.
How's
Buddy,
it?
how's my friend?
All well. What about you?
I'm very good.
Happy to hear that. So let's just start off with just let us know your name, your age, and where you're calling from, what you're about.
My name is Patrick. I live in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, and I'm 64.
Cool, man. So Patrick, let us know. Just give us just a background. What was your situation before joining the inner circle?
I was retired and bored.
All right.
And looking for a little extra money, but I didn't want to put in the effort to have a warehouse and shipping and employees, trucks, you name it. I don't want any of that. And so that's why I was interested in your program.
All right. And as you remember, Patrick, before joining, you were actually just testing the waters, thinking about it. Specifically for you, what made you to finally decide to join despite any doubts?
The AI computer doing all the work.
All right.
That's
Cool.
I was just looking for a system that I could plug into, and you guys had it, and so I thought I'd try it.
All right. And what specifically about the AI? You must have, as I remember before you actually joined in, you were like, should I actually do it? What can this do? What made you just say, all right, let me just go all in and do it?
Well, you were a big part of it. You gave me the confidence.
All
I liked it because, in my opinion, you guys were real. Scammers never show their face, right? And you guys openly showed your face. You showed us the product before we even got a start in it. You showed that it works, how fast it could be, and easily it was to populate on the listings. So it was a combination of a bunch of things, and you seem to all have it together, and that's why I decided.
Cool. So Patrick, having that said, what were you most skeptical about for actually joining?
Well, like everything else, you said it would work, but will it actually work, right? And that's always that first bridge to cross. Okay. Now, I figured I didn't need to be a freaking PhD or rocket science to cross that bridge. If I could push a button and let the thing populate and get to as many listens as I could, then I should be successful. And that's not any harder than sitting at the casino and pulling the buttons. They're pushing the buttons or pulling the handle, right? And so I'm like, man, I'm not too bright, but I can do that.
Okay, all right. Obviously, this is not a gamble like the casino, but all right. How long?
But let's go back to the casino thing. If I told you that you sat at this one machine for 2 hours and it paid out $100 or $1,000, would you quit after 15 minutes, or would you wait till 2 hours and at 1 hour and 59 minutes it pays out, right?
Exactly.
And so that's my mentality, is if I keep grinding and if I keep putting it out there, and I may not get that payout in that first 15 minutes, but you guys said I would get there, right? If I kept pushing the button and doing what I'm supposed to do. And so I'm a big systems guy. I'm a big fan of a system that works and people that stand behind it. And you guys were always there in case I needed any advice, and you still are. So it was working for me.
Now, Patrick, the way you're talking, you sound like an expert right now. But having that said, how long have you actually been utilizing the inner circle? How long have you been with us?
I know exactly, because on March 9th was my birthday. And that was the day I saw it on Facebook.
And
Right.
you're
Today is the 30 last day of March. And so it's only been what, 20 days?
20 days.
Yeah,
All right.
something like that.
Walk us through what happened in your first 7 to 14 days after you joined.
uh, I just worked on making the auto list work. And some days it worked fine and was easy, and some days it was not so easy. But even if I went to bed and it was after a long day and I was at 250, I was still grinding. Right. I was still grinding. I was still grinding. I was still grinding. I wanted to get to the 300, and then I added on the mirror. And so I just wanted to get to that magical 10K listings that you said would give me consistency. So I just every day I'd get up in the middle of the night and turn it back on. When I had to go to the bathroom, I just turned the auto lister back on. And so I ground and ground every day, and I was tired, and but it's like you said, just keep doing it, and it'll pay. It'll do it, and it's done it. The computer does it all, really, and then having the item sell and then sending it to somebody, or ordering on Amazon. Amazon sends it out.
Okay, cool.
Piece of cake, totally piece of cake.
All right. Now, having that said about sales, walk us through your first sale. What happened there? What's the process like? Do you remember your first sale?
Yeah, it's like it's like your first kiss. How can you forget? It was. I would just. I got a text on my phone, and it was a cash register ringing, and I'm like, "What's that?" And I looked at it. It was a text from eBay saying that I sold something, right? And so then I went through the tools or the training, and I said, "What do I do next?" Right? And so I was manually finding the product, right, and ordering it and writing in typing in all stuff. And I talked with Ian. He says, because I was on a call with Ian from
Your coach.
my coach Ian for the weekly call, right? And as I was talking to him, we were talking about ordering, right?
Mhm.
And I got a sale right as we were talking.
Oh,
And he says, "Well, you know how to do this?" And I said, "Yeah, I just go type it in and I find it." And he says, "No, there's auto order. Just do that." And I did that. I was like, "Holy crap, that's even easier." Right? And so then I look for when I get a, a shipping notice from Amazon, and then I put it over onto eBay and let it do the rest. I mean, that's
there
that
you go.
easy.
There you go. Now, that was your first sale, and you've been 20 days in. So, what specific results and total sales have you seen so far, Patrick?
Not sure. I'm not clear what you're
So,
saying.
20 days in now. What's your total sales like?
Oh, my total sales?
Yeah,
I got 45 already.
4,500.
45 sales
45 orders. And what are the
orders.
total? Yeah, what are the total sales dollar amount?
The dollar amount?
Yeah,
Let me look here.
45
Oh, I
sales.
got
That's
46 sales, and then my total price is $2,736.
$2,700 in just 20 days.
Yes. And I did yesterday was my biggest day, and I got, let's see. Let me see here. I'm still figuring all this out.
I know the answer. If you want me to.
Yesterday, I got 8 sales for $621.
8 sales for $621.
Yep.
Whoa. And you're just 20 days in.
20 days in. Yeah.
Did you imagine, like, because, when we first had our call, I told you this wasn't a get rich quick kind of thing. and we have a 90-day ramp up period to actually ramp up your store to a way where the snowball effect gets rolling. Did you actually imagine that 20 days in, you'd wake up a day and see you have $600 worth of sales?
Uh, yeah, I imagined it, but not this quick.
Not this quick. And the reason why this happened, aside from it being 80% automated, Patrick, you're being consistent, man.
Yeah, that's
You're
what you said my special sauce was.
being consistent. Like you, all right, you saw the Autolist was working great one day. The second, it might have been slow, but that didn't derail you. You woke up in the middle of the night, you went back to the Autolist, did your mirrors, and that's the difference between someone that actually makes it and someone that brushes it off. So,
Well, I'm a businessman to begin with, right? And so I managed Taco Bell's, and Taco Bell's taught me about systems, right? Because every Taco Bell has to be managed the same way, right? And so, like the McDonald's and Taco Bell's and of the worlds, those guys who bought those stores, those restaurants, may not have been anything special, but they plugged into the system, right? And the system made them successful, right? So you told me I just need to get to 10K. So I figured that was a critical inch, right?
yeah.
I needed to work hard, hard, hard to get to 10K, right? And so I just followed your advice, right? And so then I was like, okay, it's the thing is up and running. eBay's running all these ads. I got the listings up there, and now I can kind of relax a little bit.
All right, but Patrick, what you said is very important. The system obviously is the vehicle that gets you there, but you're
Right.
the one driving the vehicle. You should pat yourself on the back, man. You're doing great. You're killing it 20 days in. And just like realistically, how much time are you putting into this daily?
Um, when I first started, the first week or so, I put in a lot of hours. I put in a good 8, 10 hours managing. It's not like I was doing the listings, but I kept managing to make sure that auto listing was on, right? And then I get that running, and then I would go and mirror some items, right? And so
All
I
right.
just consistently did that every day. Um, and so, yeah, I put in quite a bit of hours. It wasn't like, oh, I hit one button and it's done, right? No, I put in a lot of hours. I was tired. I didn't, again, I didn't understand everything, but
All
you
right.
told me the critical inch was 10K
Yeah.
listings. Okay. And so that's all I need to know. What do I have to do to get to 10K listings? Okay. If I sit in that in front of that slot machine, you tell me, boom, work for 2 hours, you'll get $1,000, right?
Cool.
Then that's the critical inch. I'm going to sit there for 2 hours and punch that stinking button till 2 hours is done, right? And that's what I did. I just kept pushing the button, pushing the button, and now I'm starting to see results. And so it's a beautiful thing.
Happy to hear that, man. And for you specifically, your learning curve was your first week, which is you were putting the hours. But when you say putting the hours, you were just clicking on the auto list, like just making sure everything is running and just keep clicking on the auto list.
Yeah, because sometimes I don't know if eBay doesn't accept the listings, or if the servers are slow, or what. But yeah, that was the work. That was the frustrating part, and that was the hard work. And but I didn't say, well, I only got 50 listings today. I'm going to bed now. No, it's still 11:30. I can do some more today, right?
Exactly. And look where you are right now. And having that said, now, since you've passed that first week, now realistically, how much hours are you putting into this business?
I woke up this morning, had 4 orders. It took me 5 minutes to clean all that up, right? Um, Now I'm down to maybe a half an hour a day. At,
Half
at,
an hour a day.
yeah, I mean, I've got the listings. and I don't want to mess with something that's working right now. And as far as sales, I've only had one or two items I've actually lost any money on. They've all made money. And so that's why I thought right up front I needed to put in the initial push, the initial work, the initial effort to get to a like an established store. And I know eBay's got their protocols and when they show it and whatnot, and I can't control any of that, right? So I hopefully now as I get more and more listings and they show that I'm doing my job of getting the shipping labels to them and all that stuff, and the customers are happy that they will show me more, and maybe that's the case.
Patrick, you're still 20 days in, man. You can expect so much more going into your 30, 40, 50, up to your 90 days. And specifically for you, when you said there's a couple of sales you lost, so what you mean is that between the 46 orders that you've had up to this point, only 2 of them is where you lost money on.
Yes, and I experimented a little bit on the price markup,
Yeah.
right? And I may have went too low, or for some reason it mathematically it didn't come up, or the computer didn't catch it, and they adjusted the price upwards. And so, but overall, it's been great.
Yeah, what's 2 orders versus 46 orders that you have?
Right.
So, all right, specifically about the profit markup that you mentioned, Autolist, Coach Ian, what part of the program, specifically for your order system, made the biggest difference?
Well, the AI computer doing it all. I mean, when I look at these listings, these aren't just some 2 or 3 word thing with no pictures and that. The listings are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful, right? And the computer did all that. I can't write. You can tell when I text you, it's like, "Hi, George, hello," right? I'm not a writer. I don't write. I'm a like. Well, in the Army, they taught us this writing style, which was called bluff, bottom line up front, right? And that's me. I just like, "Hi, George, what you doing?" I could never write this stuff. There's no way I could write that. It would take me a day to write 10 of these guys, and I would still probably violate half of eBay's protocols, right? I don't know. I wouldn't even attempt to do that. It's just crazy. But to think that I got 9,200 listings and the computer did it all, right? Is absolutely mind-boggling.
So the AI was the game changer for you in that aspect.
Well, the AI, yeah, I mean, what would it take? I would have to hire, if I could get some writers, I would have to hire a team of 100 people to do that in 20 days, or I had the bulk of it within about 2 weeks. But it would take an army of people to write those listings in that amount of time. And here, this computer is just doing it as I push a button, right? The AI is just simply amazing. It's truly amazing.
In 20 days, you've got 9K listings up, 46 orders, averaging about 2.5 orders per day on average. That's amazing, Patrick. Because you're just starting out. You're just starting out.
Well, the bulk of these orders have come in the last week. This last week I had, let's see, let me get my computer up here. Just in this last week, I had 15 orders for $1,124.
There you go. So that's half of your total sales right now.
Well, that's a third, but it's all happened just recently, because I think the computer, eBay, they're all doing their mix and starting to say, "Hey, this guy actually is a legit seller, and let's maybe show him some more." I don't know. I'm hoping that's what it says.
That's exactly, you know, when we first joined on the call about potentially you to the inner circle, what we talked about was the way this game is played. The more you list, the more you have visibility. The more you have visibility, the more you sell. The more you sell, the more you collect feedback and reviews. And once all these 5 boxes check, this is when eBay pushes your store to the front of the algorithm. And this is where the snowball effect comes to play.
Right.
So exactly what's happening in your case right now, Patrick.
So,
eBay is algorithm.
so last week was 1,100 with 15 sales. I can expect it to grow week by week even more, right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
You'll have absolutely seasons where it's slow seasons, where if you have events coming up, people will actually be saving up for these events. If you have Easter, if you have holidays, but these are slow seasons. Doesn't mean that you will be slowed down. Here is where we push with our coach to send offers to watchers to regain that momentum. But yeah, cool, good stuff, good stuff. So
But I also, when I did the mirroring,
mm,
I realized, hey, spring's coming, right? So
yeah.
I pushed all the garden stuff, the the hanging baskets, the spring stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The garden hoses, the sprinklers. I did a lot of that. That was my focus, right? And I've
There you
gotten a
go.
lot of sales from things that people are going to need to keep their lawns up and get ready for their gardens and hanging baskets and stuff like that. And so that has paid off well for me.
There you go, being proactive. That's what I say, that this is a vehicle, but you're the one driving the vehicle.
But I
Like,
like it. I look at it like if I had a regular store, right?
mm,
Well, you go in there thinking it's Halloween and they already got Christmas stuff,
mm,
right? And so you think you go out there for a week after Christmas and they're already pushing stuff for Valentine's Day and for Easter and stuff like that. So
yeah.
that's what I thought. I was like, well, it's springtime. We had 80s here already. So I did a lot of mirroring in that area, right?
And there you go, it paid off. And how easy was the mirroring?
Oh, piece of cake.
Piece of
If
cake.
that was so easy, I just found like sprinklers. I just went, beep, beep, beep. I just copied them all, mirrored them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have to look at eBay, in my opinion, to look and see if it's sold somewhere. If it's sold on Amazon, then I can sell it on eBay. So I didn't do a lot of research in that area. I just went like page after page. I look like best sellers in lawn sprinklers, right? And Amazon sorts it out, and I just copy the pages, mirror them.
And imagine once, so now you're 20 days in and you're doing that and grabbing sales. Imagine once you're on your second month where you got the hang of everything before that you're currently doing, and now you learn more the strategies about the mirror, about the research exactly. Imagine there when you're applying the research 100%, how much more sales you will get. You know, Patrick, the thing that I tell all my students is that AI is absolutely amazing. Everything is like 90% automated. However, AI can only take you to an extent. You always need a human touch, but a human touch without hassle. We don't want this to turn to another 9 to 5. And this is where the mirror comes in.
Yeah,
You would sell pilot which item to grab from Amazon and to put it on your store with a click of a button.
it's
You
it's
learn.
it's
Yeah,
that easy. It's that easy. And now I'm learning. I'm like, okay, I've got 9,000 listings. I would go in there and say, okay, I want to get rid of all the listings that have Christmas in it,
yeah.
right? So it comes up my whole list. I hit the delete button for all of them. Brrr, gone, right? So I deleted like 2, 3, 400 items the other day because I Christmas, snow, ice, stuff like that, and the description. I just deleted all that stuff, right? And
Good
so
stuff.
I'm
And
trying
replace
to.
it with other listings.
Yeah, well, I haven't really replaced them, but I don't need them running and bogging down my system, right? If they're nobody's going to buy them, I don't, I
Exactly.
just got rid of them.
Exactly. Same as we do with the listings that have zero views. If it has zero views, why keep it there? Remove it. Free up space so you can replace them with more listings.
Right. But Coach Ian and I will get into that. We're talking about starting that. But at this point, I'm a little leery to say, well, it's only been 30 days because some of this stuff is just absolutely random what they're buying. I'm like, I
Everyday
never,
items.
I mean,
Everyday.
I see what they buy and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I never even thought they had that, right? So I'm like, wow, this is really cool. It's fun because now I'm seeing like for some reason I've sold two of these planters that plant like flower bulbs.
Yeah.
And I never even knew they had a thing that was about waist tall. I guess you just drop all these bulbs in there and shove it in the ground and hit the lever, and it and it plants them. Right? I
Learning.
had no idea, man. But here they
Since
are buying it, and I'm like, that's really cool.
since you mentioned it's cool and fun, Patrick, let me ask you this. How is this impacting your life outside of just money?
I'm feeling very confident. I feel like I'm part of the business world again. I feel like I'm actually uh, um, I feel confident. If it's helped my confidence
Mm.
to feel better about myself and to know that this is the new business world, and all you have to do is plug into the right tools and the right system and the right company with the right people, and you can be a success without working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. You know, this is cool. This is amazing. This is fun.
I'm so happy and proud of you, Patrick. Before we actually wrap this up, let me just ask you this last question for everyone watching this. What would you say to someone who's on the fence right now?
On the fence as far as wanting to buy this system and
One, one
implement it.
circle, right? Yeah. Like there's still one foot in, one foot out, not sure, uncertain. What would you say to them?
Well, this is the future, right? This is the way I think if that it's still early enough you can get into things like this, right? Because one of these days, it's so powerful. There isn't that many people that can actually get into these things. So you're at the ground floor of AI, in my opinion. So it's I would say I don't know everybody's situation, but if you're willing to put in some work and see something like this, it'll work. There's no doubt it'll work. You just got to work it, right? But the work is all up front, and then you let it run, and it's on autopilot basically. And you put in, I still did 30 minutes a day. I was kind of fudging. I put in about 5 minutes a day. It's that easy. There's nothing to do now, right? I wait for Ian to call me or see me every week, and then he like, okay, I got another suggestion for you, but I wait for him because I don't want to go screw it up, right?
There you go. And you would have never found out unless you had actually took a leap on yourself and a bet on yourself and actually joined and went all in. Or else how would you have ever found out?
Well, but you showed right away when I clicked on it to show some interest. I had a call and I had a link to actually run the computer and see the listings and see how fast and easy it was.
Starter kit, you mean?
Yeah,
This
even before you and I talked, right? You had a nice system which showed me, have you ever gone into a restaurant and you walk in the door and the place is dirty and nasty and nobody's there to greet you, and the experience starts bad from minute one, right? and I've had the time when I'm just going to bypass that, not look past that, and I'm still going to go and eat there, right? But always, if the initial start of the experience is bad, usually it only gets worse, right? But with you guys, the experience was top drawer right from minute one, and so I like that, right? And that's the kind of thing the you had it all together from minute one, right? And so I just did what you told me to do, and I took a chance on it. And now, in my first 20 days, I'm going to show a profit on a brand new business. And that's insane, right? Where else? Where else do you start a business and show profit in the first month? I mean, that's almost, it's almost impossible to do.
And you're doing it. And imagine if you were just if you were like, all right, I have my starter kit, I can do 200 listings. Imagine if you were like, let me try it out for a month and see how that would work out. While now you know it's a volume-based game and you're at 9,000 listings, which enabled you to get 46 orders.
What isn't a volume? What isn't a volume game?
Yeah.
Everything's a volume game, and in business, that's why you advertise so heavily to get that 5 customers or 10 customers, just simply volume. And I just took that principle, and like you said, just get the listings, right? You were interviewing me that day, I was interviewing you, and you were giving me the critical inch, right? And I was just like, okay, he's giving me the critical inch. He wants me to be successful. He's given me the critical inch about what I do, what I need to do. So I just did it, right? But 30 days in, I could be still sitting at 1,000 listings and have nothing, right? And then saying, oh, this system sucks. I just worked it hard up front. But the beautiful part about it is I don't have to sustain going to bed totally exhausted like I did the first 2 weeks, right? I I am like today. You talked to me, and I was at the gym working on the treadmill. Right? I
And my
haven't.
business is running into
I
that.
I had a that was my first chance in the last 20 days to break free and just go and spend some time in the gym, right? And so now I can do that every day.
There you go. And Patrick, first, I just want to say I'm very happy about your progress. Even though absolutely it's our vehicle, but you're the one driving the vehicle. And had you not been consistent, none of this would have happened. If you just brushed it off, put in one day of work, second day brushed it off, third day work, none of this would have happened. It all happened because you were consistent, proactive, believed in us, took a leap and a chance on yourself, and there we go, 20 days in. And I cannot wait to have another interview with you once we're at 10,000 sales, which usually is our 90 days ramp up period. But I'm pretty sure you're going to get there in less than 60 days. But I don't want to get the high hopes up, but we always prefer to get average expectation over deliver, Patrick.
Well,
So
I'm a big fan of I I'm not the guy who's like, okay, you sell me a dream, and I'm just gonna believe in the dream. No, you sold me a vehicle. You said it was going to be some work, and you told me exactly what the work was, and I did it, and now I'm seeing results. So that to me is a beautiful thing. And so many people sell crap, and they push these dreams, and there's nothing to them. And it's a waste of money and a waste of energy. But I'm the guy that says, okay, you say there's water in this well, but you got to dig it first. And I did, and the water's coming out, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I like it. So, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, George.
Patrick, I appreciate your transparency, your honesty. I hope that this video will actually help people that are still one foot in, one foot out, and can't imagine how this would actually turn out for them. But it can only be a reality if you put in the work. Nothing is with a click of a button like that. You have to put in the work.
Well, this is about as close as you get to click of a button. I mean, seriously, like, uh, this was mental work, but my body was, I didn't do anything physical, right? But it's as easy as you're going to get. This AI thing is the easiest you're going to get to a click of the button, because it's, like you said, it's doing 90% of the work. You just have to direct it, right? And I just can't believe that the business world has come to this, and it's just that beautiful. It's amazing. I just can't see everybody being able to get into a system that can do the same thing. Everybody, it's just, I think this is a groundbreaking opportunity, and and so I'm very happy to be in on it.
And we're happy to have you, Patrick.
Well, thank you, George.
And I cannot wait to see how your 90 days will look, man. You will absolutely crush it. I have no doubt in my mind, because it's 20 days and you've already crushed it, man.
Well, thanks, George. You guys are always there to be so optimistic and cheer me on. It's just a lot of fun. I look back at my days when I had my garage door company, and I worked so hard, but it was the same process. At first, I didn't make much, right? And I just kept grinding and kept grinding, and it grew and it grew and it grew to the point where I couldn't handle it anymore, right? It was killing me, too much work. But this thing could grow, and I could, if I have to take 8 hours processing orders, I'll have $10,000 days, right? I don't know if I'll ever get there, but
that's a good problem to have.
It's a problem I have because it's so easy. It's crazy. It's easy.
Yeah,
right.
It's a good problem, not a bad problem.
Yeah, just like when I was making money with the business, it was a good problem, but the problem was I didn't have enough time in the day, and margins weren't big enough to hire enough guys. So it all came out of me, right? To make the difference. But here, the computers, eBay's making the difference, Amazon's making the difference, the AI computers making the difference, and I just have to do my 10%.
Exactly. Rock solid, man. All right, Patrick, I appreciate you, and I appreciate so much. I cannot wait to see you 90 days in, and keep us posted on your progress, and keep up with the calls with Coach Ian. These are very valuable. Keep it up.
Oh yeah. We're doing good together.